So today, we're going to dive into something pretty radical, a complete reimagining of what education could be, one that's designed to create a new generation of, well, builders, makers, and founders. Okay, let me start by asking you a question, and it might sound a little crazy at first. Could a 10-year-old run a business? And I'm not talking about a little lemonade stand on the corner. I mean a real business with real money, real customers. Just let that sink in for a second. Well, believe it or not, that question isn't just some hypothetical. It is actually happening right now in a brand new kind of school. So our story takes us to Phoenix, Arizona, to a place called Alpha School. And trust me, it's not like any school you've ever seen before. It operates on a totally different set of beliefs about what kids are actually capable of. All right, so here's the first wild part of their model. The students get all their core academics done, reading, writing, math, in just about 2 hours every morning. And get this, they're not sitting in front of a teacher for hours on end. Nope. They use these super smart, personalized AI tutors that teach them exactly what they need to know right at their own pace. So, since they knock out their academics so fast, the entire rest of the day opens up for something, well, something incredible. They spend their afternoons running actual businesses. No. I mean, these kids are managing coffee shops, operating Airbnbs, and even running their own charitable projects. They are literally learning by doing. It's the real deal. Look, a school run by kids sounds amazing, right? But this isn't just some cute novelty experiment. It's actually a really powerful answer to two gigantic forces that are changing everything about our economy and what the future of work even looks like. So you've got these two massive forces converging. On one side, you have AI, which is just getting ridiculously good at doing all those routine, white-collar jobs. And on the other side, we have this huge and frankly growing shortage of people in the skilled trades. The electricians, the plumbers, the builders who actually make our physical world function. And at the exact same time, the old school path, well, it's leading to a huge crisis. This number right here, $1.77 trillion, that is the total student loan debt in the US. It is an absolutely crushing weight on an entire generation. Yeah, this skilled trades gap, it's not just some headline you see. It is a full-blown structural crisis. We're short more than 500,000 construction workers. And just look at how old the workforce is getting. The average electrician is 53 years old. The average plumber is 58. Who's going to take over when they retire? We're just not replacing them. Okay, so if the old way is broken, what's the fix? What's the new blueprint? Well, the source material we're looking at lays out a really comprehensive plan that's built around 5 key domains of learning. What they propose is this really smart framework that basically says, hey, academic mastery is important, but it's not enough. You have to balance it with real-world skills, like vocational competency, business acumen to understand value, civic formation to be a good person, and well-being to just be a healthy, resilient human. Think about it, right? You can be a math genius, but if you can't manage a project or work with a team, you're only halfway there. This is about developing the whole person. And this isn't just some random list of good ideas they threw together. It's actually built on this really cool principle from the world of strategy called Mies analysis. It's a fancy way of saying each category is totally separate, no overlap, but when you put them all together, they cover absolutely everything. It's a rigorous way to make sure that no critical piece of a kid's development gets accidentally left behind. All right, so the theory sounds great, the framework is solid, but what does a day in the life of one of these students actually look like? I mean, how do you cram all of that in? Well, take a look at this. This is how it all fits together. And what's wild is that the school part, the core academics, that's done by 9:30 in the morning. That frees up the entire rest of the day for applied, hands-on learning, whether that's an apprenticeship or working on a business, and it's all balanced out with sports, hobbies, and of course, time with family. At the end of the day, any school system is only as good as the graduates it produces, right? So what's the end goal here? Who is this 18-year-old when they walk out the door after going through this whole journey? Okay, let's just talk numbers for a second. The economic reality is kinda shocking. A licensed electrician, on average, makes more than a typical liberal arts college grad. And the kicker? They do it with zero student debt. From a purely financial standpoint, that pathway can put you ahead from day one. So this is the final picture. This isn't just a kid who's good at taking tests. This is a capable young adult who walks into the world with actual trade certifications, years of real business experience, absolutely no debt, and a professional network they've been building for years. And maybe most importantly, they know who they are and what they want to build. And really, this whole philosophy is summed up perfectly in this one powerful quote from the source material. It's a call to action, right? To change our focus from just making graduates who can pass exams to creating people who can actually solve problems in the real world. And that really leaves all of us with one last really important question to think about. In this new world of AI and huge skills shortages, are we preparing our kids for the world that used to be or for the one that's right in front of us?